The vast reaches of the multiverse house a plethora of possibilities, a myriad of miracles. The library is but one of them, a place magical nature, floating beyond a veil of old and distant stars. No one has entered or left it in centuries, but it has one protector, the scholar, an ancient sage bound to an even more ancient oath. One fateful day, the scholar enters the central library dome, discovering a tome unlike any other. His gaze fixed on the beautiful ornaments of the tome, the scholar excitedly came to the lectern. In a wild world, life is a gift, and every day something can take it from you. Those who aim to stay alive need to learn fast and early. It was thus that in a land of deep crags and fearsome storms, a tribe sent two siblings on a trial to survive on their own, far from home. As their trial was coming to a close, the younger one, a boy, sought shelter from the raging elements. Hiding in an abandoned mineshaft, he thought himself safe. This place was eerie, deserted, but right now it was his only option. Amazing. The crystals were pristine, untouched. Why had the site been given up? A wing flap with his glider could take him further up. Crystals. They shone with an inner light, and they made things float. His people had many uses for them. A noise like deep humming. A sudden sense of not being alone. Someone, something, knew he was here. The crystal on the ledge seemed to brim with power. It urged him closer. He stood right there, unable to look away. Suddenly, a voice, a whisper. "Boy, what do you wish for?"
You grant wishes.
"I do," the voice replied. I don't know. I was so close to home, but then the storm hit. Images of his loved ones came through his mind. His mother, his sister. I just want to be with them again. I want to get out of this dreary place. "Then I will take you away." And the boy's heart stopped beating. He was back. The tome had transported him to another place. Incredible. But the scholar wondered, what had that crystal been? That voice? What had happened to the young boy, the eyes of whom he had seen through? He hadn't died. Or had he? His own loneliness all but forgotten, the scholar resumed to read. On a world of red rock and searing sun, a young tribal woman had been braving the trials of the wild. Now she sought to return home and rejoin her loved ones. Little did she know, however, that her greatest sacrifice was yet lying ahead. At last, the sight she had longed to see again. But something was wrong. The massive structure in the sky, a temple, did not belong here. Where by all the gods had it come from? The clay pit empty, the air thick with silence. It made the girl even more nervous. She had to cross over and check the kilns. Glancing over the houses, she could see no sign of life. No music, no laughter, no bartering. Every noise she had been sure to hear again was missing. Slowly but steadily, she was getting scared. The precious feathers were lying in the dust, but no crafter would drop them like that. The pit had been deserted. The village was deserted. The girl felt sick with fear. What had happened to all those she loved? Had they fled? She'd have to catch another updraft to get high enough. She had searched everything. There was no trace of those she held dear. This was surreal, frightening. But the only clue remaining was the temple. What if the temple was empty or riddled with bodies? What could she do then? She didn't know, and her heart was heavy with fear. As she was ascending the stairs, she suddenly felt like this mystery would be solved here. The strange certainty urged her forward, until, at last, she entered the temple. Alone. You're so alone.
Who are you?
The girl whispered, visibly scared. Who I am does not matter. What matters is the offer I can make. You see, your people were under threat by a treacherous invader. He would take them all, one by one, and I warned them of him. They were scared then, so scared. But I offered them a solution. I brought them to a better world. A world of peace and silence, where no one ever dies, and someone is always watching. Maybe you want to speak to your brother. Sister, it's me. We are all here waiting. Come to us. Accept his offer. The girl nodded, and then everything went dark. And now I have you, and you will not leave again. It is true, I did not lie. You will be safe here. You will never die. For you already have died, and I will always be watching. The scholar understood. This creature had killed the boy, then the entire tribe. It was a shapeshifter, a mimic. He had enough of this vile tale. He would return to the library and never touch this grisly tome again. There is no going back. You are already a part of me. You can't get away, scholar, but run all you like. Let me out, creature. I will not become another one of your tales. But you already are. you.